Welcome to Day 9 of the Engineer Discovers Create Mob series. The day has come, it has arrived. All these previous 8 days have served to get to the point where we're going to start today. When I started in this world, I didn't even know what one of those was. I had seen it in a video and not much else. When we started, I set myself the challenge of building a machine that automatically mines the entire world, that mines whole chunks, that collects all the materials and everything I need. And today we're going to start working toward that. I'm going to need 2 days for what I want to do. I'm standing here so you can see all the progress. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, back there, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yes, actually there's a mark for each episode. Let's go over it. Let's go over it well. Day 1, this and that over there. Day 2, basically infinite. Right? Yes, by the way, this is getting pretty full. Day 3, the wood farm over there. And besides, I got the brass and put all this together. And we made filter systems and so on. Day 4. I don't know how, but I managed to make infinite iron. This is all ready. What is it filled up with now? Flint again. I'm going to fix it right now. Enough of the overbooking. Burn it all. Day 4 this, the iron. And we discovered a lot of things that day. It was really, really cool. Day 5, my first steam engine. This was really, really fun. I wish I could go back to day 5. I think it was one of the most fun days. Day 6, I improved the lava system a little bit. It still needed a few tweaks here. We made one of my first machines that I would say is actually a good machine. I'd say it's got a bit of quality to it. Nothing too crazy, but this guy knows his stuff. Day 7, this absolute madness. This absolute madness that I don't even have time to describe. We managed to generate andesite. And on day 8, besides generating andesite and iron, we hooked up the lava so it could work automatically. And on top of that, we made an infinite lava system in the overworld. Well, it's sourced from this very system. Actually, it's kind of an extension. There are only days 9 and 10 left now. I'm working on overcoming the challenge I set for myself before starting this world. So, what's the deal with this challenge? I like going in blind with the mod, which is what I'm doing. I have no idea. I'm giving myself 2 days, but I'm not sure that's enough. Maybe I spent too much time having fun, but I needed to learn all this. It's a packed schedule. By the way, remember that this is a whole day of my life. My entire workday dedicated to this map. So these aren't Minecraft days like you see in those 100 days videos and such. I'm just clarifying that just in case. It's one day, literally one real day, from when the sun rises in real life until it disappears. I live in Bilbao, so it doesn't really come out, but it's behind the clouds sometimes. So, today's goal. I may sound repetitive, but I'm closely following the achievements. I know I don't need to focus on this locomotive stuff since I likely won't need it, but at least I'm going to try to find out what each of these objects is. Learn a little more about the mod, and let's see if with that extra knowledge I can get a bit further. And if not, well, that's what happened to me last time. These are new things I've learned, and it never hurts to know. Let's start with something simple. By the way, these ones that have a different shape are achievements. Not for discovering things, but for mastering things. I'm not going to go for those for now. Voice of an angel. Activate a steam whistle. I don't know what a steam whistle is, but we're going to do it. I understand it has to do with what we did in episode 5. Well, on day 5, it won't let me put it anywhere. I guess it goes with the steam boiler. The engines are what move, and the other part is the boiler. Tone? F, of course. Then it goes here. I just don't know how to activate it. I think it needs redstone, but I'm not sure. So I'll try giving it redstone. I don't have a redstone block, so maybe I'll just make a lever and that's it, right? That red thing really looks like it, huh? Let's try it. What I don't know is if from the side... The 1 o'clock horn sounds non-stop, huh? How can I change its tone? It sounds cool. Passengers, all aboard. It's cool. I don't know if it'll be used for something, but maybe to know if a motor is activated or if it's not. Yeah, maybe. Create a copper Backtank and make it accumulate air pressure. Oh, it's interesting being able to accumulate air pressure. Well, that's a lot of crafting, but yeah, come on, let's try it. It's a portable tank for carrying pressurized air. It supplies pressurized air to equipment that requires it. I don't know why I would need to transport this, but it's not connecting, is it? I'm an engineer, but actually a computer engineer, you know? I'd say the air has to go in from the bottom. So This has to be on top, right? Because air rises. These wheels here are really small. I don't know how to turn this, but well, I'll try. It doesn't look like it's supposed to be like this, you know? Also, it's not showing me anything. Let me check, okay? But, oh, it's a tank. Let's see. It's a tank. Oh, hey, off to school, right? I'm going to engineering school. The teacher asked, did you do your homework? And I'm like, yeah. How much pressurized air do you have? I filled the backpack with pressurized air. What's the pressure? 2.4 bars? I said it should be 3. You didn't do your homework. I don't know how this works, but it's awesome. Okay. And to fill it, let's see, is it right click or something like that? I didn't know it worked like that. But it's not very full. I understand that it's pressurizing air. Hello? That was fast, right? Teacher, I did the homework. I'm carrying air pressure on my back. Okay? And I understand that there aren't things we can use it for yet. But yeah, the next achievement is to equip a diving helmet along with your rear tank and dive into the water. Well, yeah, it's easy, isn't it? Making a diving helmet. I said it's easy, but I'm out of copper. Seriously, I have none left. Guess I have to go to the mine. Come on, nothing left at all. Where can I get some? Is there anywhere else? Nope, it's off to the mine. I just need copper. I imagine this copper will be enough. All right, so I'm supposed to put this on. Speed to break blocks underwater plus 400%. Wow, that's awesome, huh? I'm looking pretty cool, huh? This is perfect for a thumbnail, huh? I understand it won't work without steam, but if I put on the backpack, it goes much faster, right? No, it works the same, right? Oh, but it's like an oxygen tank. Wait, what if I take this off? Okay, I think I was missing something. It's the combination, right? So this doesn't combine, or does it combine? Oh, it does combine. Never mind. I got confused. They do combine. Okay, the helmet by itself makes me mine faster, whether I have oxygen or not. But now I have 15 minutes. Wow, these caves. I hope you can see it's pretty dark. But since all the caves are like this, it's really helpful, right? Because these caves, unless you bring doors or something like that, they're not worth it at all. It's a shame that I don't care about the items, and as for mining, well, we're going to take care of that. If you're building underwater, this is extremely useful. Much better than a respiration helmet. 15 minutes isn't bad. I need to light this up. Look, you don't always need a shield against skeletons. You just need to dodge. No need for a shield. Okay, before we continue, this got stuck here, and it's not producing iron anymore, and it's for a reason I already knew was going to happen, you know? The thing is, I wanted to show you how it happens. It's full. It's full of flint. That's how it is. So this gets stuck. My solution's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to throw it into the lava, man. Right now, I can't think of a way to detect if this is full and then take out the flint. Well, yeah, no. The way I'm going to do it is enough. If that's full, the flint goes here. The same applies to iron, but I doubt that'll happen. So I'll put this there and let any extra go in. Anything that doesn't belong will go in there. I'll take it to the lava and drop it. Actually, it's better if this doesn't fall. If the speed isn't enough, then I'll put a brass one on it. But in principle, it should be enough. Now everything is working again, right? More than I need, but you always need a lot, so I can't complain. Let's go for the next achievement. It may not help me much, but it sounds fun. A world of imagination. Get a bucket of melted chocolate. I really like chocolate, so I'm interested. How do you make chocolate? I've looked at what chocolate is used for, and I think you can make a slag factory with chocolate. Honestly, I think it's an ugly block with no real use. You can't get anything from it, and it's renewable since you can get it from soul sand. I can get soul sand from regular sand. I can get regular sand from gravel, and I can get gravel from stone. So it's pretty much the same to me. I don't really care. I think I'm going to skip that achievement. All right, let's go with the next achievement, which is Shadow Sense. I have to ring a cursed bell, which I've looked up here. I need to burn a peculiar bell that's made with brass. I don't even remember how I made brass. Maybe I should build a brass factory someday. For now, I'll use these and see if they burn it. It might not be enough. No, it has to be soul fire. It even says it clearly. It has to be soul fire. So I need soul sand. Sorry, I have some here. I like my little house, huh? Honestly, it's pretty cool. This fire is nice, huh? It's kind of blue. Ah, that's it. It's done. Okay. When you hold it, it highlights the nearby dark spots where hostile creatures can spawn.
Oh.
Okay. I'm going to use it right away. I'm going to make torches like there's no tomorrow. Then I'm going to walk all over the island doing this. So mobs can't spawn here. Oh, right, because of this light. And if I use it, there's nothing, okay? The thing is, it doesn't have a lot of range. I'd like one with a lot of range, of course. It's not that useful. Honestly, it's not that useful. Well, what I'm going to do is place torches everywhere and use the bell a little. Actually, I shouldn't place torches everywhere. This one would be fine. The island could use better theming or decoration. Still, this bell is useful. Adding something like it to vanilla would be great. If I use it here, will it reveal anything? No, that means everything is pretty good, I think. If you're from the old Minecraft, you remember this thing you had to check. You see it says 3 here, right? In the light, and before it had to be at 7. Now it has to be at 0 for mobs to spawn. Looks like that's already done. Well, next achievement, assemble a structure mounted on a clockwork bearing. I need these, which I never automated. When it gets rotational force, the structure turns with the time of day. It's literally a clock, right? I want to make a clock but don't know where to put it. Maybe on that island so it looks nice. I'm going to try to make a design, at least something that's more or less nice for a clock, and we'll make it there, a little high up, right? Let's see, I've had an idea for the clock. I'm short on time since we have to do the challenge, so I can't spend it decorating a big clock. I'll make it a bit higher so it's visible. And so that in the future, if I want, I can add a base to it. But for now, I'm going to make a little structure like a clock, for example, with andesite. Well, since it's a pretty nice block and I have an infinite amount, I mean, I'm not making a perfect circle, nor do I intend to. I did it wrong. I'll fill it with white wool since clocks seem white inside, at least the ones I've owned. I'm not really into watches, but they usually have a white interior. And the wool, white wool, as you can understand, because of that little machine over there, well, I have plenty. Okay, so this is the center. So this is the center. Well, I guess I'll have to give it some power here. So I'm not going to make it complicated, and I'm going to put a windmill. I think that's how it works, just like that. Okay, now I'll put the hands on. According to this, I can do it like this. I put them together and it should work. Now it's showing the time, but I can also add the minute hand. I guess I'll do it like this. I don't know if I have to put them together. Wait, let me try. Okay, that's it. It was actually much easier than I expected. You know, guys, it's day 8. What can I say? I'm an expert. I'm jinxing it again, huh? It looks weird from here. Let's see from a distance. Well, hey, it passes for a clock, right? More or less. It's nothing crazy. What happened to the time there? Is it going backwards? I'm not an expert in clocks, but going backwards isn't a good idea, right? Well, it looks more normal now. To do it right, to decorate it, I'd like to make the 4 faces of the clock like Big Ben and build a sort of small building. That would look really good. We're short on time, but I'd like to do that later. Before we finish, okay, I have these 4 left that look pretty fun, but before we finish, let's go ahead and experiment a bit with what I want to do for a world miner. I've learned something new, by the way, that you've told me a lot in the comments, which is if you crouch, right-click, and it goes straight into your inventory. And this should work with all the things from Create. That's really great. Honestly, it's very convenient. While testing, I discovered this gadget, which honestly I haven't seen in any achievement, but I'm going to show you a bit how it works. This is simply a rope, and it goes downward. I didn't know it did that. Okay, that's crazy. But that's not exactly what we want. It's like a kind of long piston because, well, I was thinking, okay, what I want to do for the drill is, I put a bunch of these like this in a chunk, for example, 16 by 16, and with a piston, I move them downward. I've tested it in creative mode to figure it out, but pistons are tricky since they're not easy to use. But this is a perfect alternative. Why? If I lower one of these with the string, it breaks things. This is great in the basis of what I want to do. I just don't want to do it here and risk messing up the island. Let's go elsewhere and scale it up. Maybe the best thing would be to make a portal to the Nether and do it a little farther away, but oh well. Since this world will last as long as it lasts, it's not forever. Now let's do some tests. I'm going to make a 3x3, for example. I put one of these things on it, and I guess I stick it all together with glue. and this goes down indefinitely. Now my question is, I want this to store the items. This is a bit harder. I'm going to try putting a chest on it. I'm saying this because I've done it with the wooden one, so I assume it'll work the same. Like this. It stored it. Okay, it looks like the copper isn't breaking it. Is it because of my speed? Okay, there's a way to check that. Now. Yes, it's because of the speed. Okay, I'm going to turn it up. Oh, all the copper here. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, my next step, I'm going to try to do it 16 by 16, that is, to fill an entire chunk. Of course, the chests won't be enough. What is it? This will be a big problem for now, but let's handle it step by step. Okay, I have to make 256 drills and I don't have enough wood because I need one piece of wood for each one. I have enough andesite, and it's a good thing I built the andesite factory. But as for wood, I'm going to do something because ever since I did this, I suspect that spruce grows much more slowly when it's planted close together. I'm going to try these seeds to see if they're faster, though I'm not sure. Okay, I'll try stopping this first. I'm going to change the seeds. I don't know if this is what's going to make it work, maybe not, but oh well. Yesterday, I was reading something that I found really interesting and that I didn't know about language, actually. I guess you've heard about neutral Spanish or neutral accent or things like that at some point. And what I didn't know is that, of course, there are books that when publishers either translate them or create them or whatever, if they want to publish them in many Spanish-speaking countries, they have to try to write them in neutral Spanish. What is neutral Spanish? Well, of course, neutral Spanish. I mean, there's a widespread belief. I don't know if it's the same in Latin America. I'm not sure if that's the case. In Spain, it's believed that neutral Spanish is the one spoken in Castile, and that it has this accent similar to mine. I don't think that's neutral Spanish. And of course, what I was reading and what people were saying was that, really, neutral Spanish is the one that can be understood in all Spanish-speaking countries in the best way. To achieve that, all you have to do is not use idioms. I mean, idioms or expressions that are specific or regional or that aren't understood in all regions. And of course, I was watching Sadon's reaction to an interview I did on a podcast, and sometimes he didn't fully understand, or he did understand, but he had a bit of trouble with some of the expressions I used. I'm curious, have you ever noticed that, especially those of you who don't use the same idioms I do? I don't know if you've ever noticed that, like when I use expressions or, well, in general, expressions. I have to change the deployer, right? Here. It's something I would love. I think I speak pretty neutrally. I always use expressions or try to be aware of using expressions that are understandable for all Spanish speakers. But I'm sure some always slip by me, or there are things I'm not aware of. And it's true that I would like to be able to speak completely neutrally. What I'm saying isn't always what I want to do, since I sometimes prefer my own ways of speaking. I like using them, but I remember a language teacher who talked to us about registers. Not this. There are different speaking registers, such as colloquial and formal, and maybe others. He said knowing how to speak well doesn't mean someone is more cultured. Not just speaking formally, but someone who knows how to use the formal register and all the colloquial registers and knows how to use them at the right moments. That's what really makes you cultured. Knowing how to use language in all its forms at the right times. I'm curious, and I would like to, from now on, try to be more conscious about speaking neutral Spanish. I think I speak it pretty neutrally in the videos, but not at home. I'm not sure if this will be faster, but I'll change it and see. But it's also true that, I think I've talked about this, I don't know if on a stream or when. With the internet, our generation and, well, the ones after us, we're really unifying Spanish a lot. I don't know if you noticed, but I recently heard some kids on a bus using an Argentinian expression. I've heard people from Peru mention that kids often watch Spanish YouTubers and frequently use veil. I wasn't aware of that. For example, I thought veil was international, but it's true that we only say it in Spain. But since we say it all over Spain, I took it more for granted, like, wow, what a huge tree, huh? Good thing they're going to take it down completely. So that's it. I think that here, for the first time in, 300 years, we're reunifying Castilian Spanish. There are always people, obviously, who don't know much, or, like I said, don't go online, don't read opinions, don't watch content creators or series where other expressions are used. But I think most of us do, and most of us have grown up with different expressions, and that's cool. I like it, honestly. I mean, some people are bothered by it, but that's okay too. Well, I don't know if this is faster, but honestly, I'd say I almost have all the wood I need now. Plus, it gives apples too. So I think I'll just leave it like this. Yeah, that was quite a rant, huh? All right, let's get to crafting. More than 200 drills. I'm so lazy about this that I'm thinking about automating it. It's already gotten stuck. To do what I want, I need one of these. All right, let's see. The idea I have, I'm going to try to do it more or less as I go. All right, what I do now is I place a log, right-click it. That is, I cut it. And then with andesite, I right-click again, okay? And that's it. With this, I can do it now. I'm going to place the andesite by hand. So that's why I want to do this. I don't know if it works like that. All right, I'll place a deployer. Careful, maybe I should do it the other way. Yeah, it actually looks nicer that way. All right, now yes, deployer here, the deployer. How do the items go in? Well, I have no idea. I did it with a hopper there, right? I have a duct. The duct goes a bit higher. Would it make sense to do this? I don't know if it makes sense. What if I do it like this? Yes, it's holding it. Okay, the wood will arrive here. The wood needs to come in already cut. For it to be cut, I have to put a mechanical saw there. And if I throw a log, let's see. This is inside here, right? It's not in item form. Okay, perfect. I don't need a mechanical belt in between. Oh, I don't have it here, man. If I make the series any longer, I'll go crazy. Automating the andesite was really important, right? Because now, well, that's it. I've made 64 of these funnels, and now I have enough for a while without worrying and without having to walk around. I don't know. I think it was a good idea. I'm going to have a chest here. The wood comes out of the chest. Okay, I'm going to give it a little space, right? To make it look somewhat aesthetic. So this puts in andesite, and then I have to store it somewhere, of course. Well, let's try it for now, yeah. And to power this, I think like this, and I think I'm going to use this same rotation. Well, let's do it like that. Okay, I'm going to check if it works. First, I put this in. It has 32 in there, and here I put in, well, some wood. Yes, it works, but we have to make it come out. I'm going to do it like this. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's the best way, but I'll just put a hopper like this, and that's it. I don't know if it'll reach the speed it needs to. Okay, let's see. I was getting a little confused, but I don't need an andesite funnel. I need a brass funnel. So I tell this one to only take this out, and now I can do it. Let's see if I put these logs in now. Okay, it's taking them out little by little. Okay, 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 okay. I was already stressed, but after reconnecting everything, it works now. This mini circuit saves me from doing it manually. Isn't it great? Amazing. And also, since I use the andesite from here, well, perfect. I guess the speed will be enough, and here I can just lie down, relax, and I don't have to keep clicking all the time. This was something where, when I only had to make 20, I didn't mind doing it by hand. But with this little circuit here, which also won't use up all the andesite, I can treat this as the main andesite bus. This is going to be the main andesite bus, and I'm feeding into it there. Even though it's integrated here, I could have placed it elsewhere. Still, it's another machine. The speed is good, and now I can craft whatever I want. By the way, what I wanted to craft was a drill, right? Which is made of andesite and iron. Luckily, I have an infinite amount of that. They're expensive, honestly. Still, it shows how far we've come. It's nice to generate and use so much andesite at once. Pretty satisfying. All right, I'll keep crafting. More andesite is no problem, and more iron too. Though iron actually might be more of a problem later, I'm not sure. All right, this should be enough. And that's it, I'll leave this set up, okay? When I need more, I'll use more. And here, let it keep filling up. The good thing is that when this fills up, the iron just turns into iron ingots, which is something I'm really interested in. For now, phase 1 out of 2 is working. Let's set up the drills. Do you know what time it is? Time to subscribe. 9 videos in and you still haven't subscribed. Unbelievable. Oh, in case you're really new, to see the chunks, it's F3 plus G. I think I have a short about all the F3 commands. F3 plus H shows you durability. F3 plus T reloads. Well, I don't remember all of them right now, but there are a lot. And I have a short explaining them. All right, I have them all together now, and I'm going to make, I don't know, a few chests, not sure how many, maybe more. I'm going to place them over here, well, around here. Basically, I'm going to stick everything together with glue, the first layer, just like we did before, only on a larger scale, and then, well, all the chest, but also going downwards. This small string, I'll add a mill or something to it, right? All right, let's see this in action. It's ready. That's wild. While this continues, I'll set up an accelerator. Maybe I could use energy from there, but it doesn't matter since it doesn't use much anyway. Pretty wild, huh? I'll get an accelerator. I need elytra. This has been fun. I usually don't like rushing the elytra, but right now, or just any transportation. Wow, this is really fast. Faster than counter, right? You leave this mining a chunk here, and it's faster than counter. I'm gonna go up, I think. I wanna see what's in the chest. The chests are definitely gonna fill up. I spin a wheel. That wheel spins this. All right, but I'm gonna move it. All right, and now this spins at whatever speed I want and in whatever direction I want, right? 128, I think I can make it spin faster. 64, all right. That's pretty fast. Okay, this is everything it's mined already. It's going to fill up really, really, really fast, huh? All right, let's go the other way. This is a lot of fun, huh? And it also exposes ores. This is my very first quarry. This isn't the challenge I want. I want it automated. I'll leave it a bit longer and see what happens. It's gone down that far. Not sure if it started mining deep slate yet. Let's see. 36 iron think. All right, it hasn't filled up completely. This one doesn't fill. It prefers this chest, but not the other. Interesting. There are some things. Copper. That's quite a lot. You can do a lot with it, huh? I could start considering a lot of infinite items with this. All right, it doesn't fill up that much. It has mined. Okay, I'm going to add more chests and let's try to take it all the way to the end. Downwards. It's starting to get dangerous because if I fall, I'll crack my head open. By the way, we've reached a point where we're running out of episodes. Look, it is mining. It takes quite a bit longer to mine, huh? I understand that if I set it to max speed, it can go 4 times faster. But we've reached a point where we're running out of episodes, and this episode is supposed to go up on Tuesday, right? It's the 9th. It goes up on Tuesday at 5 p.m. for members, and it's 3:45. No, we're up to date. I mean, I upload the clips to Miguel, and he edits them instantly. I mean, it's crazy. I've spent every day, of course. I set aside enough days in case anything happened to me, and everything has happened to me. So, well, that's why we're so rushed. I've gotten sick. The first week, I couldn't do all 5. I did 4 for many reasons. Also, they're hard. It's exhausting to work all day. It's more than just making the episode. You have to plan it. I carefully consider what to include in each episode. Still, I'm happy with how the series is going. I'm fine if we're rushing, but if it takes longer, there needs to be some leeway since I've used up all my days. Even without going full speed, this is moving quickly. If it goes 4 times faster, it'll explode and reach diamond layers. See here, I'm using the free cam. It takes a bit, but the best part is it does everything at once. If I made this bigger, it would handle more than 1 chunk, but I think that's unnecessary. And the obsidian, who knows what it'll do with that? It's crazy. I'm just going to give it more torque. Recently, we discussed units of force and work. I really like the term torque. It just makes sense to me for some reason. Torquey, which is the force the system has, right? Let's see, I'm going to add another one to accumulate torquey. If I raise it to 128, it shouldn't get stressed. If I raise it to 129, it should, right? There it is. 128, no. All right, I'll add 2 more. I want to see how it goes at maximum speed unless it reaches the end already. Maybe it will reach the end, yeah. Oh, it's already full. These chests have filled up, right? Well, it's fine. Sometimes it's getting there, Rokio, I think. Oh, and the obsidian? So, what's with the obsidian? I can't tell if it's breaking it, but it doesn't show the animation. Wait, yes, it does break. Just much slower, that's fine. It's reached Rokio and can't go further. There might be diamonds here. I'll turn it around. It goes up pretty fast. 128 blocks down is a lot. Look, the bats are coming up. They can't get out. Okay, this is full. This one isn't. Oh, it's not full? I thought everything was already full? Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? This is super easy. 17 diamonds already? This has a lot of potential, huh? You can do a lot of things with this. But we'll have to continue this in the next episode. We'll see what I do, but I'm going to add some kind of unloading and transport system because I want this to do it several times. not just in one chunk. There's still work to do, but everything's ready for day 10. Things look good and I feel confident. Let's see if I can complete the challenge. And we leave this arc finished now. I was just thinking about it earlier, you know? I remember 10 days into recording, when I was recording, I was watching a Create Mod for Dummies tutorial because I didn't know how to do it. And I wanted to know the basics so I could start the video and at least know that windmills exist. Anyway, see you tomorrow, guys. Are you excited? Because I am, a lot.